you look at this side now, there's momentum. Obviously, we know what they did to Gateshead in the FA Cup last year in that first round tie. All the warnings are there for Gateshead. Obviously, it's been a really, really challenging week for the club, which I'm sure we'll discuss in a second. But you've just got to look at today's game and look at the opposition, focus on what's ahead, and try and continue what has been on the pitch has been a largely positive start to the season.
It certainly has. Of course, Gateshead unbeaten in the first 3 games, 2 wins and a draw away to Halifax on Tuesday night. I say that the 2 wins have been slightly overshadowed this week with injuries both to Joe Grayson and Greg Olley respectively. Joe will be back in a few months' time, hopefully, but Greg, unfortunately, his season is done. A horrific leg break down away at Woking in the early stages. Seen Greg on the pitch for 50 minutes receiving treatment before an ambulance could take him away to hospital. And subsequently, he had an operation the next day. And it goes without saying that we send him all our love and positive thoughts and vibes for his long road back. But we will have our captain back at Gateshead one day, no doubt. But Mark, last Saturday evening, Gateshead sitting top of the league, and it didn't feel like it, did it?
No, I wrote a piece for Rob Elliott for the Sunderland Echo. We had a chat on Wednesday, I think it was, for the bit of a preview of today's game, and he was saying, it's such a strange one starting the season. In the they have unbeaten, scoring goals, playing good football. Yet something felt missing. Something wasn't quite there, and obviously you lose what I think. Everyone's focused on Greg, and rightly so as captain of the club, but let's not beat around the bush here. Joe Grayson's equally as important to this side because he brings balance to that back line. He's come in and he's
a calming influence at the back as well.
100%.
He never panics. And as I say, we covered that game where Joe went down, and I say the scoreline was 5-0, and at the end it finished 5-1. Of course, when Gateshead were down to 10 men. But it just didn't feel. It sucked the excitement of the first day out because everyone was concerned, and then sod's law, as it were. It happened a week later again with Greg Olley, and it was exactly the same feeling. Of course, there was a good away attendance down there, but a majority of people were listening in, and it really has sent shockwaves through the club this past week.
Look, let's be honest, and I don't mind saying this, no matter what comes of it, but what happened to Joe Grayson was unfortunate. He was blocking a cross, trying to keep a clean sheet.
And he's just rolled his ankle.
And he's rolled his ankle and done damage to, I think it was ligament damage. There was nothing unfortunate about what happened to Greg Olley. It was a cowardly tackle. It was an unnecessary tackle. It was born out of frustration and anger. And it's done damage to a professional footballer who has carried himself on and off the pitch with the highest standards over these last 7 years that he's been at the club. It was unnecessary. I think it's brilliant what Woking have done as a football club in terms of the appeal, which, if you go on social media, you'll be able to find out the fundraising page for Greg to go towards supporting him in his recovery. However, what I can't fathom is why the player hasn't come out and apologised publicly or said something or released something.
Yeah.
And I speak of this for the North East head on, right? I don't know the lad. But for me, that should have been one of the very first things that was done over the following 48 hours, was at very least an apology. That hasn't come. And quite frankly, I think it stinks.
Yeah, it's not a great look. But as I say, our thoughts are with Greg and his family, of course, because they had to rush down to London to be with Greg, of course, to bring him back, because I think he got back this week. Hopefully he did. And we did hear from his parents on the podcast on Thursday, and they thanked everyone for their kind messages. And as I say, it really is a family here at Gateshead. And of course, we know we're going out on National League TV here, but the audio listeners is on the Heed Army podcast. And we always try to build a family, whether the players are local or from other parts of the country, even other parts of the world. We want everyone's family to think that their boys are being looked after here on and off the pitch. And that certainly is the case here.
I should say, maybe there has been a private apology.
There might have been, yeah. I think Greg did say he has spoke to him on social media. So, but yeah, it's one of them horrible things, and it's easy to forget. non-league level now, or well, it isn't. I always kind of using that term for the National League, calling it non-league because most of the teams are full time. We see footballers on television. We see goals, highlights every week, and you kind of can get lost in the world of football where you think these players, if they retire, they're set for life. At this level, they're certainly not, and even the level above. This injuries like that can impact somebody's life forever, not just on the football pitch. So it's just one of those things. But there is a GoFundMe page set up. If you go on Gateshead social media, on the Heed Army podcast social media, we've retweeted it as well. I think the last time I checked, it was at 3,000. The target's 10,000. And if we can beat that, that would be amazing, because Greg has a long road to recovery in front of him. And we hope that, everyone can. And if you can't send money, it's not always about money. If you want to send some well wishes as well, everything is the right thing to do.
Lovely to see. I know it was late last night. Andy Carroll, Paul Dummett, and Ryan Taylor, former Newcastle players I dare say Greg will have come into contact with during his time at Newcastle in the formative years of his professional career. Possibly played alongside Ryan at Hull as well. I could be wrong. Lovely to see them sharing it as well. Which the community. I mean, Sunderland and Newcastle have both offered to help Greg in his rehab.
That's great.
Which is brilliant. And Rob said that in an interview yesterday. So it's a big one. It's any support is beneficial to Greg Olley, the Gateshead Football Club, and I just feel sorry for him because he's been the standard bearer for this football club in the last 7 years. He's been the one right the way through the journey. He's rejected.
You're on the same train of thought as myself. Of course, we're talking very heavily about Greg, and Greg, of course, club captain. He stayed with the club through thick and thin. He could have been off to many different destinations, higher in the leagues as well, dare I say. And Mark, in a professional capacity, you got to deal with Greg numerous times, myself with the podcast and the commentary. You couldn't meet a nicer person, and we're fortunate enough in our position to speak to players after games in, behind the scenes, as it were, on a football pitch after winning the league, after winning at Wembley. We've got special moments with him, and you won't meet a more humble, nice, beautiful human being. As that word has bounced around a lot here at Gateshead Football Club. It's not just about the results. Of course, results matter, but it's about building people here, and that's why players come to this football club. But we can move further forward. There has been transfers coming into the club. There has been a new signing, which was made on Tuesday night. Charlie Colkett has joined the club. He is on the bench today, as is the other new signing that signed last Saturday before the game, was Jean Bellahoun, who comes in as well, both with Football League experience. And as I say, Bellahoun got called upon quite early in the first game, acquitted himself well, and in a hard-fought match on Tuesday night, did well against Halifax also. So we'll see if they get a run out this afternoon. And there is another signing. Damani Mello has signed today as well, a forward player. So I haven't had a chance to have a proper look at where he's been, but I believe he's been with Sutton United in the past and some Wycombe Wanderers, I believe.
Started at Manchester United, I believe. Yeah. So clearly has good calibre. It's a short-term deal. There's no real risk from either side. I think it's just a case of Gateshead having a look at him having a look at Gateshead, and see where they go from there.
Well, we can go through the starting lineups. So we'll talk about our visitors here, of course. We've got Oliver Wright in goal, Jacob Winnell, Matthew Worthington captain, Morgan Williams, Michael Smith, Harvey Greenslade, Brett McGavin, Aaron Jarvis, Josh Sims, Samuel Pearson, and Jordan Thomas. On the bench is Matthew Gould, Charlie Cooper, Sonny Lowe, Everton. Nice to see our mascot. Is that Raphael or Ralph? Raphael, yes, just getting it right. Raphael Oreo, Frank Noble, Dylan Morgan, and Finn Cousin Dawson. For Gateshead, this is how they line up today. Tiernan Brooks in goal. Captain is one second, I'll get my words out. The captain is Kent Richardson today. Louis Story, Brandon Honstrop makes his first start since signing as well. He also joined in midweek. We've got Regan Booty, Callum Whelan, Ben Warman, Jacob Butterfield, Luke Hannon returns after injury, Tom Allen starts, and so does Owen Oseni, who has 2 in 3 so far for Gateshead. On the bench is Harry Moss, Kane Adam, Jean Bellahoun, Mark Beck, Tyrell Newton, Will McGowan, and Charlie Clockett. And on the Heed Army podcast, we've built great links with the Glovers cast, the Yeovil fans, and we've got Ben, who's doing some commentary for the BBC on the other end of the table. As I say, we've built nice bridges with Yeovil fans. Of course, we've had similar issues with having to reset and go down to the National League South and North respectively, but they've bounced back, Mark, and got themselves a clean sheet, 2 wins, and you would say on paper, even the squad last year was a National League squad.
Well, Rob Elliott said that when I spoke to him in midweek about the game. He said he felt last season in the FA Cup game that they were facing a National League team in all but status. Now they have that status and they've improved over the summer. They've brought in loads of new faces, have they? Not at all. But
they've got Aaron Jarvis and Frank Noble that came in from the neighbours at Torquay.
Yeah.
Although it's not that close, but close enough. But obviously, I think they were after Frank Noble in their relegation battle last season with Torquay, won that one. But the teams are coming out now. Gateshead led by by Kenton Richardson and Matthew Worthington, bringing out Yeovil, who are all in green. Gateshead in their white and black Patrick shirts, looking great. We went through the lineups. We're ready. We hope you're ready, and the game will be underway very, very soon. But this is National League action, Gateshead versus Yeovil, and the season is well and truly underway.
Still a strong side despite those 2 absentees, isn't it? When you look at Joe Grayson and Greg Olley would undoubtedly command places in the side.
Well, Gateshead, I mean, Yeovil, in all intents and purposes, we have to say that are a bigger club in the status in the footballing world to Gateshead. But just having a look at the back of the programme, Gateshead squad has a lot more depth in it so far, and you would imagine that Yeovil throughout the season will add to this team because they've rewarded a lot of the players that came back up with them.
I think it's worth. Sorry, Dave, just jumping in. It's worth mentioning what's on the pitch now. What's happening?
It certainly is. There is a lovely sign that was made by Darcy, and I forgot her sister's name. It's escaped me, from the Gray family. They made a lovely sign that says "Get well soon, Joe and Greg." It went a little bit viral on social media on Tuesday evening down at Halifax, and all the players are getting behind there, and that's a beautiful moment. Everybody getting involved. Joe and Greg integral to this football club. Let's say Greg, more than a captain, more than a leader, just a beautiful human being.
Such a good touch. Great touch from the club, and shows that they appreciate every little or big gesture that everyone makes for them.
Certainly do. And well, it's just going on about Yeovil there. Of course, they've strengthened, but they've also rewarded the players that got them up as well and kept that and added to the team. Of course, Josh Sims, who I remember off playing Football Manager, used to sign from Southampton on loan for National League clubs. But yeah, a very good player if they can keep him fit. And of course, Aaron Jarvis, we know what he brings to the fold. And then, say, just looking at the bench, there is strength and depth there for them if they want to change things up.
Yeah, there's players that have caused Gateshead issues in the past. Obviously, looking at sort of northeast links, Finn Cousin Dawson was on loan at Blythe over the last couple of seasons. Very capable defender who signed for them in the summer. I know there was a little bit of interest from Gateshead last season, more so towards the first half of the season. When he was performing very well at Blythe, but got a very good move to Yeovil. Be interested if he comes on.
Well, we're underway here. Gateshead shooting towards the River Tyne, Yeovil towards the Felon End, and Gateshead keep the ball in on the far side. Luke Hannant gives it to Oseni. It's right on the left-hand touchline. Hannant gets the ball back into the Butterfield. Nice passing movement from Gateshead. Oseni drives into the box down at the dead ball line, pulls it back across as the deflection goes out, and it's a goal kick. And that looked a little bit close, that one to call. I thought he kept it in, but we'll give the benefit of the doubt to the linesman.
We are quite some distance away.
We are. But a lovely, glorious sunny day here. It was overcast this morning, and it's got an absolutely beautiful. We're savouring this while we can here on Tyneside. This T-shirt weather, as Mark is at the moment, doesn't happen often at Gateshead Stadium.
Underline at the moment.
Well, Yeovil playing out from the back, going long from right. Louis Story wins the header. Butterfield just beaten in the air. It's a little bit scrappy at the moment. Ball going out to play on the far side for Gateshead to take a throw on their own half.
So just looking at how Gateshead have set up. So 3 at the back. Hornstrup as a left side centre back. Worben in the middle. Allen and Hannant as wing backs. Butterfield playing as a lead support and role to Oseni.
Well, I was talking to our counterparts on the BBC, and I was hazarding a guess that Allen and Warman would be either or, and what I went with is the opposite way around, so as it would be. But yeah, and nice to see Kent Richardson back on the right side of the back three. I think that's his more natural position.
And captain as well.
Yes, definitely. Well, he gives a captain's performance. There was probably 4 or 5 players that could go for a captain. Oh, there's a free kick being given there. Honstrop just blocked the run of, was it Greenslade there? It was.
Yeah, just first touch. First touch just let him down slightly there.
But yeah, to see, I think Kenton does enjoy that right side of the back three.
High line this.
And we're waiting for McGavin to take this free kick just in front of the Gateshead dugout. Very high line. It's going to go towards the back, towards the big men. Gateshead win the header. Can they clear the ball? As they do. Oh, and now Gateshead on the attack. Warman pounced on the loose ball. It's 3-on-3 as Warman has the ball through to Oseni, tries to get it
really
through.
Well
Good
defended.
Defender. It was number 2, his name Jordan Thomas, really just used his body to perfection and stopped the run. But Gateshead back in possession. Was asking a lot of Oseni, but if he had got the touch and got through, he would have been in on goal. But the ball, Honstrop having to close down Greenslade. Greenslade gets the ball back, plays it down the line to Smith. It's inside. And Yeovil using the full pitch as 1L has the ball.
Should say great following, by the way,
It
from
is
Yeovil.
a fantastic follow. I know quite a few flew up yesterday and had partaken in a night on Tyneside last night. And I'm guessing they might be doing the same again tonight. But at the moment, game just trying to find its feet.
It's very well put. It's exactly what it's doing, isn't it? Both sides just feeling their way in at the game.
This ball goes long, looking for the run of Allen. Calmly headed down by Thomas to his keeper right. A little bit of a similar style, trying to build up from the back and use the flanks as the drive forward of the ball now. Yeovil, it's good movement. Now the ball back through, and it's going to get the ball crossed into the box. He pulls it back, and he tried to pull it back for Greenslade on the penalty spot, but I think if he had whipped that in, it would have been more dangerous.
Yeah, I think it's got to go across goal, hasn't it? And see why he's pulled it back, because, like you say, Greenslade was there ready to fire it. Well, at goal at least. But I think that ball's got to go across the box and go across earlier.
We've got a long throw from the left-hand side. He's took it short and put it back to 1L. 1L gets the ball back near his own halfway line. Now they're going to try and use it down the left-hand side. Gateshead holding the line very well at the moment, but Yeovil, they've got men on the shoulder. If they break, they're going to get through and have men in abundance, but it's if they can. Gateshead defence having to jostle. As 1L just has to hold the ball up, plays it inside. Jarvis lays it off, gets the ball back, and he's going to go for a long shot and goes wide, and a little bit of a wasted one there. He had players on either side. Not troubling the keeper, but it's a goal kick. And we've got messages coming in from lots of people. We'll read them in a break of play. Thank you very much. But we're 6 minutes in, and it's 0-0 here at the moment. And both sides just trying to probe.
Get the feeling Gateshead are just trying to settle into the formation. I know it's not necessarily a formation change as such, but it is new personnel in there. So I think it's just a case trying to find a way in that.
Oseni trying to win the aerial battle, but the Yeovil defenders do well to clear it up the pitch. Jarvis wins the header. As Booty nods it down, it goes straight to Josh Sims there. And now Yeovil. See, Yeovil just settled the better. They're finding the space a little bit easier at the moment as the ball comes out. Well
done, Dave.
As I say that, Thomas and Greenslade, the ball went between them and neither of them went towards it. Free kick, throw into Gateshead.
It's a nice little commentator's curse.
It is, yeah. It's normally the other way around. It normally goes against us, but at the moment, Gateshead bringing the ball forward through Louis Story. both sides keeping a very high line here.
They are, yeah.
Very high. It's all being played within about 30 yards at the moment, the ball.
I think
Hannant.
that's, Yeovil trying to condense a bit of space here and stop Gateshead being able to get that passing game going. But it does mean they're just going to have to try and switch the ball quicker, I think, and try and get this side moving.
Well, Hannant now lays it to Whelan, who can turn. Butterfield calmly gives it to Richardson. It's happy to keep in possession and get into the Yeovil half. There's very disciplined shape from Yeovil at the moment. Gateshead going to have to try and, as Mark says, move the ball a bit faster and out wide as Allen has the ball, looks to keep it moving, but Story has it. It's all inside the Yeovil half at the moment, but near the halfway line as Richardson gets the ball out to Hannant. Whelan's dropped deep to get involved. Story just inside his own half. Whelan has it now. Hannant was asking for the ball, and it didn't come when he wanted it, and there's a free kick on the far side, a clumsy tackle from Hannant. Free kick over there, and the Yeovil player's down, actually, number 7, Samuel Pearson.
I think it could be a word with Hannant or possibly a booking.
I'd be shocked if it's a booking. It deserved a word, definitely.
Just feel early in the game, might be a final one.
Yeah, I think it's a watch yourself on those stretches there with the leg.
Fair play, referee.
Oh, free kick. It's going to be taken by Winnell. Taken short. Gateshead trying to close down.
It's better.
Gateshead closing the play, making Yeovil go long, but there is Jarvis to chase down on it. He's got Story with him. Story, good physical battle between the two, and nice footwork from Story to get the ball to Tiernan Brooks. And now Gateshead do manage to get the ball out, but just really heavily marked from Yeovil, and Booty just limping a little bit there. Hopefully he can run it off. That would be a bit of a blow to lose Booty this early in the game. As Honstrop looks to get the ball moving, that's just asking a little bit too much of Allen.
Quick, but not that quick.
Yeah. There's a little bit too much height on that ball through.
Charlie Colgan, Will McGowan coming out to warm up.
Yeah, I'd say they're the two main midfield options you would have there for the centre of the park at the moment. But nice bit of footwork from Gateshead to keep the ball moving forwards. Booty seems to be moving a bit better now. He's running around. Ball comes out to Honstrop on this left-hand side. Allen's asked for a little run, but Honstrop nicely rolls it back to him. Down the line to Warman. Story in the centre. Yeah, Booty's moving all right now. Ball through to Allen. Allen, well, fortunate the ball went through to him, but Honstrop trying to go on a mazy run, and it just goes too far away and cleared all the way through to Tiernan Brooks. Gateshead looking to get the ball moving faster. There's a ball over the top, and you can see the idea. It's such a high line from Yeovil, and it's one of those where the ball has to be perfectly lofted forward. It can't be too low for the defenders to head it away, but not too high to run away from the player.
Just haven't quite found the range yet, have they?
Not at all. But the ideas are there, and both sides have, I think they've kind of figured out which way they're going to try and attack this game. Smith plays it to Thomas. Gets it intercept, though. That's good. Now Allen can give it to Story in the middle. Gateshead got the two wing backs hugging each touchline to give extra width, and as we say that, the ball comes over and just too much on it.
The idea was right again. It's just not the execution's not quite there yet.
Just zipping away at the moment, and it's perfect conditions today. The pitch was watered, but it looks absolutely like a carpet out there at the moment, and can't blame the conditions, can you, Mark?
No, you certainly can't. It's a little breeze in the air, but in terms of temperature and as you say, the pitch looks unbelievable, to be fair.
Story pumps the ball up towards Oseni. There's appeals for offside, headed back to the keeper, and Yeovil can reset and rebuild from here. Very similar style to Gateshead when distributing the ball from the back. Thomas comes off Tom Allen.
I think that there's a little slight variance in the formation between the two sides, and the way that Yeovil have set up have just made life a little bit awkward for Gateshead.
I think the obviously having the similar back five is hampering, well, for both sides. It's making a real test for the wing backs to get further forward and get involved in it, but the midfield battle is intriguing as well.
Just think that the Gateshead midfield hasn't quite clicked it yet, but we know it will at some point. Just taking the time.
Ball pumped across to the left-hand side, brought down. Cut inside, goes for tried to pick out Jarvis, and the ball's going to bounce out for a corner on the far side. And Yeovil, the away fans, getting vocal there. Well, we'll see how Yeovil are from set pieces here. We've seen the free kick earlier on with a high line from Gateshead. What can they do?
Big side.
Yeah, there's some big targets to aim for in there. They're all jostling on the penalty spot. Now they're running as the ball comes in, headed clear by Regan Booty. And can Gateshead pick up the ball? Allen, that's been wiped out. But he's got play on. And now Allen brings it forward. He's got Whelan and Oseni. He's still going. Josh Sims comes back to help. And he turns. Allen goes for a shot, but it does ricochet back to Butterfield. Gateshead still with the ball. Hannant brings Whelan into play on the right-hand side. To Butterfield, back to Whelan. Gateshead still in possession, just moving the ball around here. Allen in the acres, Warman in acres of space here on this left-hand side. Gets the ball back to Handstrop. Lovely ball through to Warman. Warman pulls it across. There's nobody there. And it's going to fall now. Can Butterfield pull the trigger? He can. It's in the back of the net. Jacob Butterfield opens his account. It took a touch off a Yeovil player, but it was still destined for the back of the net. He shot through a crowd of players, and there it was. And Gateshead took their opportunity when it arose. It wasn't a cast iron one, but they made it count, and it's Gateshead 1, Yeovil 0, 14 minutes gone.
Yeah, really good attack from Gateshead there. Just kept the pressure on. Had to recycle the ball after the initial attack. Just broke down a little bit with that Allen shot being blocked. It's a great strike, I know it's took a deflection. I think it's possibly heading in anyway.
Yeah. You've got to say the Yeovil manager won't be happy with the defending because the Warman ball came in too easy. Nobody cleared it, and it ricocheted out to Butterfield, and there he was to have a shot through a crowd of people. Certainly not an easy shot, but as you say, it got that little touch, but definitely a Butterfield goal.
And look, let's be honest here. Yeovil have been the better side in this first quarter of an hour, but they haven't taken chances or really tested Tiernan Brooks yet.
Not really, but at the moment they are on the attack here through Greenslade on this right-hand side for Yeovil. Warman's there. Booty comes to help as well. He's down to the byline and it comes off Booty's shins for a throw-in. Nearly skimmed out for a corner, but the ball now we're back underway as Smith puts a decent ball into the box. Jarvis is there, gets the head off, just couldn't get it directed past the goalkeeper. Tiernan Brooks easy to bring that one down, but you can see the passing and the crosses from Yeovil is up there with some of the best we see in the National League. They know how to move it.
Been really impressed with them so far. Yeah, really impressed. As I say, Rob Elliott said the game they played last year in the FA Cup, they knew they were facing a National League team in all but name, and they look very much at home at this level, which isn't a surprise when you look at the calibre of players that they've got.
Well, Smith receives the ball, plays it back inside. Gateshead pick up the ball in midfield, but the touch was heavy, but so was the one from Yeovil, and Butterfield can get the ball out to Whelan. Whelan back into Butterfield. He has Warman on his inside, but did he see the run? He didn't see the run of Handstrop, but it comes out to Hannant on the right. Hannant sees, lovely little touch. Can it be laid off? And too intricate from Gateshead there. Allen tried to just pass it back, but
I'll tell you the one thing I would say. There is a little bit of panic defensively from Yeovil. Whenever there's a ball loose, they're not as calm on the ball as it could be.
Yeah,
there's been a few times where it's been how quickly can we get it away.
There's been a player lunge, hasn't there, and ultimately left a little bit of space. Tiernan Brooks playing like a centre-back. He's 50 yards out, rules it out to Story.
Pretty much in the Regan Booty role now, made a centre back.
Yeah, he's playing as a halfback. There's the ball from Hannant hits into the back of a Yeovil player, and now Yeovil can try and break as Jarvis sends the ball through for Josh Sims, who's got himself down to the left-hand corner flag, and the ball from Hannant comes off him and out for a throw on the far side.
I think there's a little bit of frustration on the Gateshead bench here. Rob Elliott just having a word with Anthony Sweeney there about a few things, possibly not happy with how the game's gone so far, despite that lead.
Well, Josh Sims, anytime he comes forward, is beating the offside trap pretty quickly and getting through, so it's something they may try and nullify the effect of Josh Sims, because when he does get through, he can find space.
Yeah, I think that they've looked a real threat, and Jarvis as well. We know what he can do from what he's done at this level for a while as a striker. That's about Gateshead forcing them back, bit of intensity there.
Williams on the ball. Gets the ball back, and he's going to play it all the way back to Oliver Wright. And they're very calm on the ball. Oh, no, Senny! Oh! They were just caught napping there. They were trying to pass it out and thought they had more time and space than they did. And Senny nearly got his third goal of the season. But that's still not the end of the attack, as Warman does very well to give it to Allen. He's got Handstrop on the left, but plays it back inside to Warman. Warman really starting to come alive in the last 5 minutes, as Booty gives it to Story. Hannant on the far side, but gets to Kent Richardson back in the centre of Story, all inside the Yeovil half. These are just slowing the tempo. Now wanting a Yeovil player to commit and leave some space, but just like before, in the early stages of the game, very regimented, holding a firm shape, making Gateshead work to get the ball in that final third. As Whelan lays it back to Richardson. No Yeovil player wanting to push out here at all. Whelan in the centre. Hannant on the far side, who he receives it now. Tried to feed Warman in, and now Yeovil can break as the ball comes forward. Josh Sims tries to get there. Louis Story calmly passes it back to Tiernan Brooks, and Gateshead can reset again and bring the ball forward through Regan Booty, who looks to get it out to Hannant. Hannant brings it down really well. This is where they've got a bit of space to run into, trying to go with the ball as Butterfield. Deflection. As Butterfield was going for another one there. And Yeovil
well played.
Held the ball up well, Yeovil, and passed it around and got themselves out of trouble. Greenslade does very well to lay it off to Sims.
That's lovely. Really well played.
Some nice passing. And now on the far side, Yeovil bring the ball forward. Jarvis and Greenslade are on the defender's shoulders. Jarvis drops deep though and receives the ball, holds it up, but gets dispossessed. And now Gateshead can try and move the ball themselves. But
far be it from me to tell a goal scorer how to score goals, but if you look at that chance again, if you get a chance to see it, Oliver Wright, the old goalkeeper, has gone down very early. I just wonder if Asani had just held off a little bit.
Yeah.
Could have just maybe touched the ball around him and gone round him, because he just seemed to go to the ground very early.
Just that little passage of play. I want to Allen on the attack here now, puts the ball through for Warman, but Smith does very well to put that out for a throw at Gateshead. No, just when Gateshead were building up there was no pressure at all from the Yeovil players, and actually turned their back on the ball.
Yeah.
And, it's just...
I think they're just trying to stay disciplined and sort of block, like I said earlier, block a bit of space where Gateshead are trying to play around them. They're basically closing space more than marking people. If you look there, I mean, there's just no. It's going to take a little bit more movement.
There's a wall of 2 to 3 shirts for every time Gateshead get the ball. But Allen now, can he do something down this left-hand side? Tries to get past Thomas. There's a bit of a tussle. He's still got the ball, though. He's holding the arm.
Good ball.
Gets it to Booty, though. Booty back to...
That's good.
Now, Honstrop. Warman. Down the line. Oh, he finds Allen. Allen gets it. Honstrop's still going for it. He's still got it. Can he score? Yes, he can! Gateshead make it 2-0. And once again, Yeovil get themselves into a mess at the back. No firm clearance. Handstrop kept going. It fell back to him, and then he just seemed to curl it into the net from the middle there. Right on the ball. The ball curled around the back of the net, should I say. And Gateshead 2-0 to the good here. 22 minutes gone. And Mark, you've got to say, Gateshead with a 2-0 lead, but still haven't hit second gear or first gear really at the moment.
Well, that's all about just not giving up there, from Honstrup. It's really impressive the way. Look, it looked as if the move had died, and it looked as if Yeovil were getting ready to clearance. It's what I mentioned before, Dave, about they trying to just clear it and panic. And if the defender takes a touch and maybe tries to play back the goalkeeper or, play it out even, but he's just been rash. Honstrup, great intensity, blocked him and a goal on his full debut.
Yeah, full debut. Yeah, his second full debut.
No, he came on as a sub against.
He played last year though.
Yeah, against Bromley as a sub.
Yeah. Oh, as a sub. Yeah. Sorry, apologies.
We do research, honestly.
We do. Keep me right. But yeah, no, it's just
again. You see, there are certain teams can, and I'm not saying Yeovil can't, but at the moment it's not working for them. So you have to adapt. At the moment they're trying to play out, and Gateshead are just pressing them. It's not even an energetic press or a high press.
It's just closing the space.
Yeah, it's just doing enough.
Well, Handstrop driving forward. Leaves the ball behind him, but gets it back. He's doing very well. It's a throw into Yeovil though.
That's not even a debatable one.
Yeah,
it's the Yeovil players kicked it out.
Well, Rob Elliott in full discussion with the fourth official.
That's not even a debatable one. That's so obvious. Now we are close to that one.
I want to put a ball again in the middle of the defence as Butterfield has got the ball. Can he get the ball across? Dinks it across. Oseni just Hannon didn't know anything about it. It come across, hit him on the chest and goes behind. And I think the defender that nodded it onto him there, just give him a high five as he walked past to say, thank God he missed that one. But just a little bit of panic at the back for Yeovil. It's a real shame because they've been the better side. They've passed the ball really well, better than what Gateshead have done so far in this game, you would say. And they find themselves 2-0 down.
There is a feeling Gateshead are just starting to settle now.
Yeah.
Maybe that second goal's just calmed them down. But I do think there is still a significant threat here from Yeovil. It just takes one goal in the back in this one.
Well, Jarvis with a head on, looking for Sims, and Gateshead head it, but falls back. Jarvis goes for a first-time shot.
Good strike, you know.
So it was. You know what it is? If that hadn't took the power out of it when it dipped into the grass, that would have been a harder one to get onto. But Tiernan Brooks was there. Rolls it out to Story. Story out to Honstrup. Who? I thought his high feet was going to come there. He went for like a Brazilian flick with a heel, but unfortunately...
I'm not even sure what you call that, Dave.
That's what I'm trying to describe it. If you imagine someone trying to keep the ball up behind them, that's what it was. And
Scorpion kick?
Possibly, yeah, it was close to that.
If you imagine that goal Olivier Giroud scored for Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
The ball was behind him and he flicked it over his head.
Or the Higuita save. That was.
It wasn't quite as dramatic as that one, but yeah.
He wasn't on his hands, but the leg was up there. But Smith going to take this
late run.
Free kick. There's the run through. And there's that. Oh, lovely brought down. And lovely save by Brooks. Made himself big. But the run and the pass. I mean, the captain Worthington come through there and really should have hit the back of the net, you would feel. But credit to Tiernan Brooks. But that was a good set piece. And Tiernan Brooks is just going to receive some treatment here. I don't know if he's...
Sorry, Dave, I was just busy making a note there. I think that's really naive from Gateshead. They tried to play the offside trap, and I don't even think it was close, if I'm honest.
I don't think anyone's seen the run.
I think they saw it, but just pushed up to try and catch him offside. But it's a great late run, but I don't think it's anywhere near.
Well, Tiernan Brooks is down receiving treatment from the physio. We're 26 minutes in. Gateshead 2, Yeovil 0. Jacob Butterfield and Honstrup with the goals. And
it's not an own goal for the first one.
As it went down as an own goal, is it?
Yeah, it's not. It's Jacob Butterfield's goal by.
Yeah. I mean, it was from our position. I mean, we might say in the replay, but from our position, it looked like it was going in the back of the net anyway. But either way, 2-0. But you would say Yeovil settled the quicker in this one, and they'll be frustrated with the scoreline, Mark, as we mentioned there just before. And both teams taking this opportunity to take some water on board. It is still quite warm for the beginning of the season, but Tiernan Brooks looks like he's up on his feet. He's stretching. I think he's, yeah. Oh, they just give the referee a little tap on the bum there, so he must be all right. Nice turnout today for an early kickoff.
It does seem to be a lot of people, I think.
And the away following is very good as well.
A lot of people, I dare say, will be taking in 2 games today. There's a few going on locally. With all due respect, Dave, I'll be shooting off at full time because I'm off to Hebburn.
Double duty.
Hebburn Town in the Northern Premier League. Northern Premier League Premier Division leaders, we should say, after 4 wins from 4 in their first ever season at that level.
What a story they've had in the last 5 years themselves as well. Of the promotions. There's the ball over the top looking for Owen Aseni. Can he bring it down? Oh, it fell to him. He's done holding it up, gets past his player, holds it up on the edge of the box. Did very well there. Allen inside the box. Left hand side lays it back to Honstrop. Honstrop quickly closed down, but Gateshead with the ball. Butterfield. Oh, both players went for it. And was he tripped there? No. Referee says no. The ball got through.
Play kick through him, but
cleared by Wright all the way up towards Jarvis. Jarvis doesn't win the header. And Gateshead don't pick up the second ball as Josh Sims drives forward. There's a couple of players forward here for Yeovil. Can he get the cross in? Has to turn back on himself.
Someone needs to close across.
Gives it back to the captain for Yeovil. And, well, they've just slowed it down somewhat, but it's out on the far side. And now Yeovil build.
I think you're just seeing the threat that they at times when they go forward. They look very dangerous. Gateshead have pressed them well.
Well, nobody's picked up this Samuel Pearson here on this right-hand side, but Gateshead do win the ball back, and ball bounces away back into Yeovil's possession. And Yeovil, much like Gateshead, like to build from the back. There's a lot of the blades of grass. As the ball goes back to right.
Good kick.
Sims and Story in an aerial battle there. There was only going to be one winner in that height challenge. But Jarvis does well, and the ball's pinged over the top now for Pearson. Allen's back to help defend. Pearson brings the ball down. He's got Smith on the overlap. Smith puts a cross in. It's a decent one. There's Jarvis. Great save, but it goes in and rolls off him. Hit him in the chest and just went back. And the ball in was good. And Jarvis timed his jump perfectly there. It did initially look like Tiernan Brooks made the save and hit him, but he couldn't stop it rolling off his body into the back of the net. And it's 2-1 here at Gateshead International Stadium. 30 minutes gone. And that was the threat we were talking about, Mark. You can't switch off from this Yeovil side.
No, absolutely not. And look, let's be honest, they deserve to be back in this game. It's a really well-worked goal. You called it before, didn't you, saying that no one had picked up Pearson? It was a little bit too late reaction. Gateshead haven't got themselves set. It's a brilliant ball far post. And, Jarvis, when he's that close in.
Well, that's about the third or fourth beautiful cross into the box. And that time it was timed to perfection. But Allen wins the header there, goes out for a goal kick to Yeovil. But yeah, that's the threat that comes in. If you've got someone in the box that can do that, and you've got players that can deliver it, they're going to create chances even if you're, trailing in a game.
They deserve to be back in the game.
Yeah.
They've been, the better side for large spells of this first half hour. It's up to Gateshead to show their reaction now.
It's a goal kick. They're going to go a bit longer with this one from Yeovil. I think there might be a slight tactical change here with the aerial challenge of what Jarvis has been doing. Tries to win the header there, but Story gets the ball. But they pick up the loose ball now. Yeovil, Josh Sims lays it off. Gateshead having to just try and hold a line and push out. Pearson again in acres of space on his right-hand side. And now you feel like Yeovil's got the bit between the teeth as the captain Worthington pings the ball in. It's another good one. And he should have really done better there, Jarvis. He's on the volley and he's headed into the grass and wide, but I was expecting the back of the net to ripple there.
Great effort. Great ball in again. Gateshead, this left-hand side just isn't quite working. As it stands, it's where the threat's coming. And to be honest, once he's made contact with that, I'm expecting to go in like you are, Dave.
So the keeper was planted, wasn't he?
You get nowhere near it.
No.
Nowhere near. As good a keeper as Tiernan Brooks is, he ain't saving that.
Well, Warman gets the ball to Honstrop. Well, You can see by the body language that's refreshed Yeovil on the toes. And now,
good ball.
So now Allen gives the ball to Butterfield, this left-hand side, gives it to... He gets the ball trickles through to Warman. Warman has Allen if he needs him. Gives it to him now. Should have been a bit quicker. Gates had not given him enough time to get the ball crossed in. But Allen now, Butterfield.
Big shot offside there, by the way.
Gateshead trying to carve something out here, but the work rate from Yeovil is impressive. They're pushing Gateshead back. It goes all the way back to Tane and Brooks. And this game has really come to life. Not that it was boring beforehand, but it's a lot more. Both teams are on their toes now.
It's been a fascinating contest, if I'm honest. Tactically, I think you could argue Yeovil have got to grips with Gateshead quicker than the other way around. So switch on.
Well, Hanstrop plays it back to
it's there again,
Richardson. Well,
still there.
Allen's in acres of space on his left-hand side, but the ball goes through the centre. Butterfield, nice touch to bring the ball forward. Now he can thread Allen in this left-hand side. He's up against the Yeovil defender, takes it down, pulls it across. It's a corner. And just need the quicker feet there from Allen. Needs to be pinged across the face of goal, but they've got a corner for the efforts.
Just wonder if he could have maybe cut inside and try to whip that far post. But it's it's a little better from Gateshead. More, I think they've just got to use the space in wide areas when it appears, because it looks as if Yeovil are trying to go really compact in the middle.
Yeah,
and it's leaving some space out wide.
Well, we've got the corner here. Butterfield stands over for his short corner. I don't know if he will use him for this, but now come in the players. Stories there coming. Oh, he misses just didn't quite get his head onto it, and Yeovil can clear it, but it was a well-worked set piece there. Just couldn't get his head onto it. No nonsense from Richardson, puts the ball out for a throw on the far side.
Normally when you see Louis Story flying at a ball out from a corner, it's he makes contact. It's a great run that he's made, a great ball in from Butterfield as well, but just couldn't get contact on it.
And there wasn't a Yeovil defender tracking him either. He seemed to lose that pretty quick.
Up, didn't he?
Gateshead win the header, but
that's a Gateshead ball if it goes out.
Kent Richardson clears it down the line. Gateshead pick up the ball in midfield. Booty tries to lift it over to a teammate, and Yeovil intercept. And now Pearson on the right-hand side can run with the ball. Jarvis is wanting the in. Oh, it went in the centre. There was an overlap, but it goes out to the left-hand side now. We've seen the crosses in from the right-hand side. Can they do it from the left? As Sims is wanting the ball on the inside. Still with Yeovil. Now Sims has the ball. Smith is asking for it here on this right-hand side. Now I think the ball will come across.
Managed that situation really well there, Yeovil.
Now it comes out to Smith from Williams. Pearson, lovely bit of movement in this right-hand side. And it comes off Hanstrop. But yeah, Gateshead struggling to deal with the link-up play between Smith and Pearson at the moment.
On the left. Well, Gateshead's left. It's just not that. I feel like Tom Allen's just caught between trying to press forward and trying to go with his man. I don't know if you could make a change down that side.
Yeah, I think
maybe or Adam.
So we know what a good attacking player Allen is. His defensive side. But the ball in it comes here. It's a decent one. It's off the line. Wow. Hit the post and went across. Looked like it was going to go in, but Gateshead on the attack now. Tom Allen. Was that a free kick? Referee says yes, just on the halfway line, and a yellow card.
Who was it hit the post?
I couldn't tell you it happened that quick. We're not blessed with replays. But wow, I thought that was in the back of the net.
Oh, I did it. It looked from where we're at. It looks like it's going to nestle, and I think the Yeovil fans thought so as well.
Well, I think it might have been Hanstrop on the line that pulled it back off the line, but wow. 9 times out of 10, those balls ping off the post and into the back of the net. 37 minutes gone. Gateshead 2, Yeovil 1. Gateshead on the attack through Hannon. Hannon puts one in. There's Story. Can he? Oh, yes! Aseni! Oh, side flag goes up. Well, the nod across from Louis Story was fantastic. Aseni was there. The poacher's goal. But unfortunately, the offside flag was up. And Rob Elliott, he'll be sending birthday cards to this lad. He's been talking to him that much, the fourth official.
Morgan Williams with the header.
The header was Morgan Williams. Well, you'll be thinking, how didn't that go in? Like all the Yeovil fans, as Gateshead play the ball back to Tiernan Brooks. Brooks goes long this time as bounces. Can Butterfield bring it down? No, but it's going to fall to Booty. Booty puts the ball over the top, looking for Oseni.
Oh, it's just held up.
There must have been a spin on the ball. Could seem to bounce behind him. As it's been cleared by Smith. Story wins the header. Brought down by Jarvis, though, in midfield. And now the ball's going to come through to try to pick out Pearson. Hunstrop collects the ball. But just how dangerous Yeovil are on the attack. They've got some pace in this side. With Story now. Has the ball. Oh. Has the ball. Referee wants to have a word. He must be bleeding, Louis Story, I think. Yeah. Stop for blood. For a second there, I thought he was going to be booked.
Yeah, I thought he was on a word about something he'd maybe said, but...
Yeah, of course. We've got to stop for any open wound. So we've got a brief break in play here at the moment. Certainly can't say it from here. It doesn't look to be a...
It looks as if there's a few little complaints about maybe being caught with an arm. I want to say just asking about that header that was ruled out for offside just a second ago.
I can only surmise that the offside was for Louis Story and not Oseni because...
It can't have been, surely.
It'll be interesting to see on the highlights.
It took his time, given it, didn't he? It wasn't a quick decision.
No. I suppose it's the letter of the draw. They've got to wait till it's touched. Yeah, well, still getting treatment. And he looks like he has to change his shirt. He's taking it off here. So Louis Story waiting for another shirt to come out. Long gone are the days. So looks like he's got tissues up his nose there to stop it. So he's had his nose popped.
He's still complaining as well.
Yeah. Well, long gone are the days where you'd see a Terry Butcher style shirt on the pitch.
And rightly so. By the way.
Yes, it's quite a horrific image, isn't it, really, when you see that one?
Seen a few of them.
Louis Story has a fresh shirt. Don't know if it has a name or number on the back, but we know who he is. Gateshead now playing along the back. Waiting for Story to come on. He's got shirt number 44. He'll be under. Must be the emergency shirt. As Richardson gets the ball to Warman. Warman lays it to Hannant. Plays it back. It's still temporarily down to 10 men while we wait for... Well, now, as I say that, Louis Story back on the pitch. Battle hardened. As Gateshead just calmly keep the ball and pass it around the back as Richardson lays it back to Louis Story, who's in the centre of defence. Out to Hannant. Hannant with a first time chip forward towards Whelan. Has the ball been kept in? It has. At the moment, long punt forward for Yeovil towards Jarvis and Story. Comes off. Jarvis sees the referee and linesman. It's thrown to Gateshead.
Well, Cooper not overly convinced by that decision.
I wasn't. I thought come off Story.
Yeah, I did as well. Rob Elliott's having words.
Well, It's
a
not
good thing about sitting here, isn't it? You do get to see what's going on between the benches.
Yeah,
It's always quite a fascinating thing because Rob's not shy of coming forward and giving an opinion.
No, it's and quite often you see the full official giving the stuff back.
Touch.
To see, lovely touch from hand down the right hand side. Plays inside now to Gateshead. And the ball nearly got through from Booty.
I don't know, just hasn't quite clicked at times.
No, it's just been a case of the midfield three who are normally very much on the same wavelength, just haven't been finding each other as normal.
But I do think we have to give huge credit to Yeovil for that because their press has improved as the game's worn on.
I think the work of McGavin, he isn't having much on the ball for Yeovil, but what he's doing off the ball is really disrupting Gateshead at the moment. Booty is being pulled, free kick to Gateshead. Alan wanting to take him quickly there, but here
comes Cooper again. On word of the fourth official.
Poor lad's going to need earplugs by half time as the ball chipped over the top, looking for the run of the Williams hooks it clear. Story wins the header, nods it down. Second ball picked up though by Gateshead. Lovely touch from Booty. Now can Gateshead get this ball moving forward as Oseni out here on the left hand side cuts in with it, still going. Ball's going to come back to Warman. Warman hasn't got many options, but picks out Allen. Allen needs to had nobody to aim for if he hit it in first time. Booty. Wheeling on the edge of the area. Back to Booty. And Wheeling just caught on the ball there. And this, as Pearson runs the ball out. Well, Whelan just did enough there, but kind of got away with it a little bit as well.
Yeah, as I say, it's again just not quite clicking, and I don't even think that's through an intense press. I think that's just a little bit sloppy from Gateshead, which you're not used to seeing. And they'll need to raise the standards a little bit second half.
Nice ball out here to find Whelan on the left-hand side. It's just going to bounce away. There's been a few deceiving bounces, hasn't there?
A spin bowler, Dave.
A spin bowler, yeah. I see we said the pitch looks absolutely magnificent, but it has been bouncing a little bit funny, the ball. Don't know if it's too dry.
I think I think that was just the spin. It's just spun on, hasn't it?
I'm not going to talk about West Indian spin bowlers. So...
Well, yeah, I think when it's hit the pitch, it's just you could see the forward momentum. It's just spun over. Oh, well played.
Gets to pick up the ball through Warman, gets it to Oseni. Oseni under pressure. He's holding the ball up well, gets it through to Allen, and the ball goes out. It is a Gateshead throw. And I'd hazard a guess, we probably have 5 minutes added on here at the end of the first. We've had 2 stoppages.
I would have said 3 if I'm honest. But...
we'll find out who's closer. But a lovely crossfield ball to Hannant. Brings it down with ease. Was he fouled there? Referee says no. And great play by Booty to get the ball back. And the ball scooped over the top by Story, but didn't find the Gateshead player. But Hannant, hands drop.
That's poor. That's really poor.
The passing just isn't there at the minute. It's not crisp from Gateshead. Ball's back with right for Yeovil, who pumps the ball long, looking for Sims, and the ball runs out of play on the far side. And
in between, Dave. I said 3, you said 4, 5.
Oh, there we go. So
on average, we were.
Yeah, the law of averages we got there between. But yeah, you just find that I think half time might come at the right time for Gateshead, just so they can try and regain some composure there in the midfield battle. It just hasn't happened, has it?
Early kickoffs, I keep saying it. Gateshead early kickoffs just don't match. Yeah, I mean, there's been some positive moments. I'm not trying to sound overly negative here. But Gateshead, we can comfortably say, haven't been in the stride.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're commenting for the home team, but Gateshead have very high standards, and we see them week in, week out, and today it just probably hasn't hit their marks at the moment. But the scoreline is in a positive one for Gateshead, and that's asking a lot. The keeper there is having to run back to get to that.
It's going in.
And now Gateshead just need to put the pressure on as Butterfield was pressing, but nicely brought down by Honstrop. Warman gets it out to...
It's even stuff like that.
Yeah, it isn't getting caught under feet, isn't it, and stuff. It's... But Gateshead still in possession. Story brings the ball forward, left-hand side of the pitch, gives it to Butterfield. Butterfield turns and gets the ball. tight quarters here, but the ball comes towards Oseni, and yeah, it's a nice delivery there. Just a little bit too much on it.
Such is the quality of Butterfield. You think he's going to pass him out. I think he's been probably Gateshead's most effective player today. Really comfortable on the ball. Looks a threat when he gets in and around the area. And you just expect him to pick out Oseni there. Just got a little bit too much on it.
Well, Oseni's had a cast iron chance here this afternoon. Will he get another one? You would think he probably will, but not with the ball over the top like that. And Sims is chasing the ball down on the far side. Hannon battling with him. And the ball goes out of play for a Yeovil throw, much to Hannon's dismay.
Switched off.
Gateshead need to watch this one, try and block the delivery as the ball is ran out of play. Bootley did enough to get his body in the way. And Gateshead, well, we have a minute and a half of time added on here at the end of the first half. If you're just tuning in, where have you been? It's Gateshead 2, Yeovil 1. The Story puts the ball over the top, looking for the run of Allen and Oseni. And Oseni closing down, made him work as Pearson comes off him there.
Not really sure what he's complaining for.
I don't know what he was trying to do. The way he tried to bring it down, it's at the back of his thigh, wasn't it? Allen gives it back to Honstrop. Honstrop's not much in the middle, is there? To everyone trying to come down this left-hand side.
He's taking a really strange position.
Yeah, he's looking for the ball at the back post, but in comes the ball now, headed out. It's going to come back to Allen. Oh, tried to be a nice touch there, and it's been cleared, but goes out for another throw. We've got about 40 seconds remaining here of the added on time. As Richardson gives it to Story. Back to Richardson.
You do wonder if Mark Beck maybe get more balls in the area. And
yeah, I think it needs to be a bit more physical in the final third, so to speak. Handstrop plays inside to Butterfield. He can turn, can't he, and just stop the ball dead. A nice ball through to Warman. Warman now tried to bring it to centre. Williams. Ball goes behind for a corner. And you think that was handball there, Mark?
No, I didn't. But it was close.
Yeah.
He's got his chest on it. But yeah, that was a close one.
Yeah. Butterfield's got a beautiful knack of just turning on the ball and sending everyone the wrong way. What kind of delivery can he deliver here in the final stages of the first half? In it comes. It's a lofted one. Keeper plucks that out the air. Yes. He's aiming for Louis Story. And there is the half-time whistle. Gateshead going 2-1 in the lead in the half-time break. And a strange first half. Fits and starts from both sides. Yeovil, you would say, has settled the quicker and probably had the little bit better of the exchanges than the passing, but Gateshead took the chances when they got them.
I think that's a fair assessment of the opening 45 minutes. I think you could argue Yeovil started better and perhaps ended on the more positive note. Gateshead with a better side for, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes in between that. A really interesting game of football, a bizarre one. A lot to work on for both sides.
Well, see what happens at half-time. I'm sure both managers have got a lot to say about their team's performances, and they'll be wanting to make adjustments and who knows, even substitutions, because with the 5 substitutions now, making a substitution at half-time doesn't really hamper your options later on now, does it?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think there's options there that could be taken. I don't think they will. I'd be surprised if they make a sub at half-time, but I don't think it'll take too long in the second half to make that switch.
Well, we're just going to go radio silent for our listeners on National League TV. For our podcast listeners on YouTube, we are going to play out just a clip from one of our podcasts. So this is what it's like on the Heed on podcast. If you'd like to join us on Thursday, but we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so before the teams come back out for the second half. saying and announced just before we came on air, and that is this young man here from Blythe Town is Ben Fell. So I'm guessing that is one for the future there. So Ben Fell comes into the mix, and Mickey's seen him play against North Shields. I'll quickly go through some of the messages because we've got loads coming in. Thank you to everybody. Stevie Farnfield, he's put hello boys, embracing the win. It's hello lads, excited for the 10th of August. Certainly am. Nice. The Trina there, evening lads. We've got lots of evening lads. I'll put them up while we're going and say, boys, I mean, we'll start with the first one. I'll tell you what, we'll start with some the slaying of the scum.
Well, you need to ask for, look how happy he is, Craig. You need to ask for new lads here. This lad called 7-0. You couldn't resist it, could you, Mickey?
I couldn't, no.
You're on cloud nine. Look at you.
Of course, look. Well, let's be honest about it. That's the worst Blythe side I've ever seen.
Ever. I know, yeah. Terrible.
It really was. I mean, I'll put it up here in the background. I'll just put us down to the bottom. There we are. And I'll put this one in. Of course, it was about 600 fans there for this one. And from the get-go, we started well. We're getting in behind them. And there you go, straight in. Olley Thompson with the first goal. And that was what the rest of the game, the pattern followed. We just opened them up with ease.
Mistakes as well, like basic mistakes.
I mean, yeah, when it was at half time, we're 4-0 up, and I was thinking, keep the lads on for. Did we make any changes to 70 minutes? Let's see how many we can actually get before the. I mean, when we went to 4-0 up, the lads behind the goal were saying we won 10, and that was before half time.
Yeah, wow. I mean, Oseni was just absolutely fantastic.
His second goal was a corker.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't like to do this to have a go at Blythe, but
who missed this? That's a shocking miss. That
we missed that one, but they weren't physically up to it. I know you could say full time versus part time, but they just didn't even have the speed. I mean, there was one instance where Luke Hannon was like trotting up the right hand side with the ball, and they couldn't get near him. They were having to really
look at the space. Just look at the space there is. You know what I mean? They're not getting close or anything.
Well, I mean,
they're not even.
They were playing Ryan Donaldson in defence, centre half, and it's
wow.
Great. That player that just went down there, number 17. I forgot his name. The try list, number 17, was absolutely electric again, as he was against Scotland. Getting to see a full game out of him more or less was nice, because when he came on against Sunderland, we'll talk about later on, he just seemed to be trying that little bit extra hard and things weren't coming off, but he was a real team player there in this one. And I think, we're talking about how bad Blythe Spartans were, and I spoke to Louis Story after the game and I said it was a good performance, and he went, you can't about the scoreline. I said, not the scoreline, I said the performance. We give a professional performance. We kept our width. We kept passing the ball. We played to our tempo, not to the opposition. We could have just took the Mickey and showboat and passed the ball, but we weren't. They were looking for space. I mean, look at the movement from the players here. They were in amongst it. They were hungry. They were going for it, and it's a pre-season friendly, and it bodes well. I mean, of course, we've got 2 really tough games coming up. To finish off pre-season, which is what you want, but to see us go about our thing professionally and carry it on. Even though it was poor opposition, was embarrassing. Yeah,
brilliant.
About embarrassing own goal. Look at that; it's a beautiful finish, by the way.
It's like one of them when the fielder's running after trying to stop a fall, it's just out of the reach.
Yeah,
just pushes it on.
So yeah, but just looking at the game, it was and we'll address this now because someone's just put "just for men" gone wrong. Obviously, that's
I think he's got a purple rinse me cell. Like I must admit.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. I'll just pause this a second. Right, we'll put my full screen. Right now, can you see like a purpley pinky tinge to that? Or it was how I've removed it. There I am. So what it was,
he's gone off.
Yeah, he's quit. He's gone.
Can you hear us now? I'm back.
Gotta call him Molly Slocum from now on, like.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Well, what it was, I went for like the pre-scandal scuff look originally, and then we root score, and I do it again. But instead, I was in the dye shop, well, Savers, and I picked up platinum blonde, and it looked very similar, the grey to the metallic. There's another one there was at the post there. I mean, it could have been 10 or 12-0. And obviously this one didn't take as well, and it just left like a blue rinse. If anyone remember, what was her name on Coronation Street? She used to go
Molly Slocum of How You Being Served.
Yeah, well, my pussy is all right. So yeah, but no, Friday night. I mean, it was a lovely game. I mean, for us, you know, it was a nice night out, pleasant pre-season game. Blythe fans, to be honest, they were absolutely fantastic. They knew what was coming, I think. I think that you heard some things said on the way out of the ground, didn't you, Mickey?
I knew. I didn't think what was the words was used. I had a feeling it was going to be bad, but not this bad. Was the words I heard.
Yeah.
No, they didn't expect note.
It's pretty desperate, isn't it, from them?
It's. I just hope this bloke starts opening up to them, because if they're not going to open up to their own fans, they're just gonna be hate figures like Calla was.
Yeah. I mean, you just hope that it improves for them, because it could be a very slippery, quick downward spiral on what we've seen there, because that was probably the worst pre-season side I've ever seen. Not just because it's Blythe, I would say that was just, it was farcical. But Gateshead went about their business and read the tempo. They made a game of, you know, making the players work. So yeah.
Now what it reminds me of, can you remember the 2000s when
Well, he joined us back here, waiting for the players to come out for the second half here at Gateshead International Stadium. The score is Gateshead 2, Yeovil 1, and it's been an interesting game, to say the least. Gateshead maybe not at their best, but are 2-1 in front, and the goal that was pulled back by Yeovil was a fantastic cross and header into the back of the net. Well, luckily Tiernan Brooks initially made the save, but then it went past his shoulder and into the back of the net. But Ryan Jarvis, if you put the ball on his head in the 6-yard box, there's only going to be one outcome most of the time, and that's how Yeovil got back in. But Gateshead scored through Jacob Butterfield, scoring through a cluster of players after a ball into the box from Warman, and then Honstrop, he latched onto a loose ball in the box and drove and buried it into the back of the net. And I'm expecting the second half I'm expecting both sides to come out and be a bit more calmer, Mark.
Yeah, I think I'm not entirely sure there will be, but
yeah,
I think that is what's needed. Just that bit of composure at times. Again, I will say I think Gateshead might look towards the bench in the early stages of the second half, but there's plenty of options there. I'd be interested if Coulter gets a run out at some point.
Interesting to see Gateshead sub-goalkeeper going through a hamstring stretch there. I don't know if that's just his half-time routine. There was a stoppage for Tiernan Brooks in the first half, but maybe it's just more precaution than anything else. Gateshead subs not really going through an intense warm-up. Doesn't look like anyone's stripped or ready to go. So on that front, and same with Yeovil. So I would imagine probably 60, 65 minutes onwards, we might start to see a few changes from both sides. But yeah, it's Still glorious here on Tyneside for our audio listeners. Lovely blue skies above with some clouds.
Bit of a chill in the air, though, isn't there, when that wind gets up?
Yeah, it's just starting to flirt with the cold weather here, but we're enjoying it while it's still nice. And if you'd like to join us on the Heed on Me podcast, I don't think we'll be on this Thursday because there's the sports club meeting. That's right.
It is.
Or the Gated Soul, should I say, hosted by our wonderful co-commentator here, journalist, author, all-rounder, Mark Carruthers. Get yourselves along to that if you're in the vicinity. It's free to Gated Soul members, or £5 on the door if you'd like to go along. And I believe it's coaching staff and management, a panel.
I believe so.
Yeah, so
I also hear someone's put a quiz together.
Oh, well, if you wait the last year's one, you'd find out that the quizmaster did all right. He was quite good at that one.
I say that.
Yeah.
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
But I am.
So, get yourselves along with that. But the Heed on Me podcast will be on one night sometime this week at 8 p.m. We'll not try and clash with the Soul event. So keep an eye on social media. Drop us a subscribe and follow us on Twitter at Heed_Army, or X as it's called by the kids. So that is just a little bit of general housekeeping there. And also as well, I believe the Gated home shirts are now available. So if you come along to the next game, I'd imagine they'll be going up online soon as well. And they look very nice in the flesh. One of our co-hosts on the podcast, Mickey Barris, he's wearing his proudly today. And
I believe there was a limited supply of adult kits, but no juniors yet. But the club are working.
Yes, of course. There's a little bit of a supply issue with. Just look, there is going to be a substitution. The fourth official does have a board ready. So we'll find out for which team that is momentarily. I think it could be for Yeovil by the looks of it. But yeah, lost my train of thought there when I seen the substitutes board, and it looks like Morgan Williams might be coming off here for the visitors. We'll confirm that in a moment.
So is it a Gateshead sub? Oh, Noble. Oh no, it's Noble coming on.
Yeah, that's,
it was a 4 though.
It is a 4, yeah.
This is 14.
No, 14's out there as well.
Well, Morgan Williams is wearing 4 and he's out.
Well, he doesn't know, does he, at the moment?
Money's a word.
Yeah, well, there's
9.
Is it a 9? Is it? It's a 9, yes. So, wow. Aaron Jarvis is not going to be on for the second half. But they are replacing steel with steel. As I say, Frank Noble, definitely someone to be feared as well. That is coming on. Gated look unchanged coming out there. And Louis Story has got a number 6 shirt on for the second half.
You just got that printed.
Yeah. So Louis Story without the nose plugs in. He's coming back on for the second half.
I will apologise in advance, Dave, because I will have to shoot as soon as.
No, I'm going to keep you here.
Can't have us, Dave.
It'll be all right. But we'll see. We're about to get underway here for the second half. Yeovil shooting towards the River Tyne end, Gated towards the Fellon end, and also as well to our listeners and viewers on National League TV. We are aware that there is a high-pitched squeal. I think it is.
It's not Dave.
It's not. It's normally it would be me. We've narrowed it down to the transmitter problem from our mixer up to the camera. And 1 second. So we're back underway here in the second half. I just had to decipher a message from my son there. That made no sense at all. But yeah, where was I there, Mark? I've completely lost myself.
Apologising for the sound issues.
Yes, the sound issues. Apparently, it's the transmitter or a wire to the transmitter. So apologies on that. And if anyone could just to reassure us that it is that, if you're listening to us on YouTube, is the sound quality all right? If you could let us know, that would be fantastic. But Gator were throwing on the far side. Taking my hand strap and plays it down the line. Tom Allen doesn't manage to hold it up, and it goes out of play for a throw to Yeovil. Now we at the throw. Noble gets his first touch. Tries to cross it in, comes off Allen for a corner on the far side, which brings the away fans to life on our left here in the Town Away stand.
Good number as well, as we said first off. Great to see. Big club Yeovil on the former Football League club. In the
former Championship club. They nearly
in the not too distant past. Dan Byrne, Newcastle player, was one of the players that played in that playoff final, I believe.
As the ball comes in.
Good ball.
Oh, and it's Williams managed to get it forward. Hasn't been cleared, and the ball bounces through to Tiernan Brooks. And, well, Gateshead let off there.
It's a big let off. Needs a run.
Hannon brings the ball forward down this right-hand side. Plays it inside to Booty. Booty looks up, sees the crossfield ball of Allen, who is in space. Ball just managed to get it under control. Second time of asking, but ball goes out to play for a throw to Gateshead. Yeovil appealing for it, but it's been quickly taken. Whelan now. Back to Story. Gateshead pushing up high here. There's Story. Plays the ball through. Oh, tried to pick out the run of Warman, I think it was.
Right idea.
Gateshead trying to get on the front foot early here.
Yeah, I do wonder if you may see a Beck, McGowan or Newton, maybe, or Kane Adam on by the hour mark.
Yeah, I think just looking around, you would say might need just a little freshening up on the attacking front if nothing sparks to life in the early stages of the second half. Goal kick. Booty wins the ball. Noble was quite physical behind him. Booty with a lovely little touch. Ball goes out now to Honstrop. Left-hand side. Allen's asking for the ball on the inside, but a cross comes in. There's Oseni. Oh! Well, I tell you what. It was 1L really got away with one there. It looked like it was going to come through to Oseni, but the ball bounced off 1L and into Oseni. There's a foul off. What do you call it? I don't know. I think Oseni's...
I think it's hit him in the face.
Yeah, the ball's hit him in the face. But
gets a ball up, by the way.
Well, it's been given to Yeovil, though, throwing on the halfway line.
I think, by the look of it, and I'm going purely off body language and a little bit of instructions here, I think Yeovil are going to go a little bit more direct into Noble, because I'm looking at Mark Cooper there, and he's just went nuts with his defence for not playing that ball long.
Yeah, I think it's going to try and get the flick on for Greenslade, isn't it? That seems to be the... Booty gets the ball through to Story. Brooks puts the ball over the top. It's a foot race between Williams and Oseni. I think the ball's just going to go out, though, and it has. Throwing on the far side.
Vital touch, by the way, that one. That denied Oseni to an extent, because if the defender doesn't get the touch on that, I think Oseni scores.
Yeah.
He's already in motion to finish it. It's a vital touch.
Mark Cooper shouting at his players here. As you called it right there, they are aiming for Noble to win that aerial battle on. They're just to flick it on.
I'm surprised they didn't try it with two, though. Unless it's an injury to Jarvis, but I am surprised they haven't tried to do, go with the two up top and really try and physically get at Gateshead.
Richardson gets to Hannon, back to Richardson. Mark Cooper is doing his nut on the touchline there. He's not happy. I think he just wants a little bit more from his midfield, doesn't he, in these exchanges? Hands on his hips at the moment, the Oval manager. Wallman plays the ball across to Richardson.
Good ball.
Oh,
the idea was right.
Nearly got through to
that press again.
Whelan. Oh, Oseni interrupts. That's pretty good stuff. Oseni has the ball on the right-hand side. Back to Booty. Oseni is getting back into the middle as Booty receives it back. I think it's going to be a crossfield ball here now. It's going to find its way out to Honstrop on this far side. Gets it back to Allen. Allen, just the communication. Ball goes behind and out for a throw-in on the far side.
Hasn't really been Tom Allen's day so far. Just hasn't quite happened.
Certainly hasn't. As Robbie Tinkler,
we know what he can do. We saw it in the trophy final, though. He came on and
he definitely has the skills to pay the bills, as they say. But there's a few players today just haven't hit top gear at the moment. So it's nice to see Robbie Tinkler down there, of course, out of injury at the moment.
We should say as well, I think there's possibly
It was across far field,
Across
across
the
the
ball,
ball
that
here to Hannon. Hannon brings it down.
touch.
Richardson. Gateshead enjoying a nice spell of possession here at the moment. A lot of movement and hustle from Yeovil to close down the space, but Gateshead moved the ball really well as Hannon gets it to Butterfield. Butterfield back to Whelan, and now Gateshead moving the ball faster in the final third. Oh, Hannon's lovely touch. He's going to go for a shot himself, and we know he can do them audacious ones, but it just didn't sit up well for him.
It's got into a goal.
A goal on the far side, yeah.
No, that's good from Gateshead. What I was going to say about team selection, you've got to think as well, maybe squad rotation here to cope bank holiday weekend. So, Rob, I know for a fact he's already sort of looking at these two games as a double in terms of his team selection. So trying to use the squad and manage that.
Noble just getting a little bit too physical there. Free kick given, being taken quickly. Oh, the ball comes through to Butterfield now. Whelan, right-hand side of the box. He's got Oseni in the middle. There's other people coming in, and he lays it back to Butterfield. Warman, can he get a shot off? He can hit the legs of a Yeovil defender, and now Greenslade can bring the ball forward. Noble tries to pull off this left, but
That's a little bit of a waste,
slowed it down, Greenslade there. If he had looked up, he could have got the ball moving forward.
From Gateshead, a great chance of they've worked space for the first time in the half really well.
Free kick given. Yeovil. This is where they can aim for a big number 10. Former Plymouth man.
I think it is going to go along, isn't it?
Yeah, mind you, goes over the top looking for the run of Greenslade, and his story just wrong. Didn't get the head on it, and Greenslade got his shot away. It's a goal kick, and
He got a touch on that, surely.
Oh, now he's give the corner.
I was going to say it's not even up for debate. He quite clearly got a touch on that.
The linesman didn't have a clue though on the far side. He didn't flag or anything.
Yeah, I think the spin on the ball's done Louis' story there a bit. Starting to pick up the breeze as well a little bit.
It is, yeah. It's just blowing towards the Gateshead goal as well. So low one, Noble gets it to his feet, lays it back to the same nice bit of footwork, and he's driving into the box. Josh Sims and Gateshead still haven't cleared it. They have now, but they've got a second ball. There's a pull on the shirt as well. Don't know how nobody didn't see that, the officials, but Oseni's shirt was being pulled as he was trying to get to the ball. And there's Noble turns Honstrop. Gets the fans up in arms at the moment, but Honstrop does very well and clears the ball down the lane. I tell you what, and that's going to stay in. And Butterfield, if the players on front of him can stay on side, they can. Warman gets the ball. This is dangerous from Gateshead. Driving forward, Warman. He's got Hannon on the inside with Oseni. Cuts in with it. Still going, lays it to Butterfield. Can he get a shot off? He can. And the keeper. Well, I think he made a bit of a meal of that one. The keeper, he should have done better. Yeah. I mean, he made the save, but I think he couldn't, needing to put it out for a corner.
We were talking about having a second half that's not as crazy as the first.
Yeah.
They haven't listened. They haven't listened at all. It's been exactly the same. Both sides just all over the place at times. Half chances more than anything else.
Yeah. I thought Wright could have held on to that one though. I didn't think it was needed to go for a corner.
Yeah, I mean it's come through a few bodies as well, so it could be that side of it. But
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt then. But Butterfield with another corner here.
Stop being so critical, Dave.
As the ball comes in, it's a deep one. It's going to be headed clear by Yeovil. Picked up though by Gateshead. Put back in by Booty. It's going to bounce over. It's going to fall to Butterfield, who lays it back to Whelan. Whelan, if he looks up, back to Butterfield. This is a good opportunity. Comes back to Whelan. Nice touch. Can he get a shot away? Deflection. There's going to be another shot. And just over the bar from Hannon. He struck it sweetly. And the game has definitely went up a level or two here in the speed of the game.
Yeah, much better from Gateshead there. There seems to be a little bit more understanding of what's being asked of them here. Really good from Callum Whelan. I love that little turn inside. Just looked as if it was going in far corner as well. Great effort from Hannon.
I mean, I can understand the tactics that Yeovil's trying to use now by going longer and Noble, but what was giving them success is kind of being took away from them. The way they were passing it around in Gateshead's half seems to be not what they're doing now.
They have gone more direct, haven't they? And they're not really, as yet, we should say, as yet, because we know that he will cause issues. Noble hasn't really got into the game too much.
Thomas with the throw. Gateshead win header. Chip backwards inwards. Got to be Noble, brings down the edge of the box. Greenslade just gotten his way out to Sims on this left-hand side. Up against Hannon, gets the cross in. Oh, and just cleared by Gateshead, and Smith does get it under control. And now Pearson on the far side with Hanstrop. Hanstrop sticking to him like glue and disrupts, but Pearson does well to get the ball back to Smith. Gateshead pushing out. Noble comes deep to get involved. And at the moment, Gateshead making Yeovil pass the ball back. All the way back to the keeper who's outside his area as Oseni tries to close down. So does Butterfield against Williams. And Allen wins the ball. Plays it through to nearly got through to Oseni. Williams plays it back to Wright, who has to clear it, and he does. Noble should bring that down or nod it on with ease, and he does. As the ball's played back to Tiernan Brooks, who takes a touch. Clears the ball, nothing silly. And and the ball goes out for a gate front of the dugout. And well, we talk about players just having a little off moment. That was Jordan Thomas's there. Hannon just turns. He's going to lay it back to Regan Booty. Good ball. Look at the far side. Tom Allen is in here because of space, and it's going to come through to him. Brings it down. Needs to find a teammate. Warman pulls it back across, but Hanstrop is going to collect the loose ball that comes back to him from the deflection. Gator just trying to build on this left-hand side. Booty sees the space here of Whelan, and Whelan brings the ball down well. He stopped it dead. He's up against Thomas. Lays it to Hannon. Hannon puts it in there, and he headed clear by Yeovil, but Gateshead camped out in the Yeovil half at the moment. Can they make this possession and pressure pay? As Allen cuts in with the ball, lays it to Booty. Booty, tries to thread it through. No one was on the toes to go onto it. But Gateshead need to capitalise on that sort of possession in and around the box.
Yeah, it's a really good bit of pressure, isn't it, from Gateshead without really testing the goalkeeper. You look at Oseni, another one who hasn't quite got into the game yet. So you wonder if maybe there could be a change to be made there.
Well, there is 3 Gateshead substitutes warming up intensely down this left-hand side. Mark Beck, Tyrell Newton and Kane Adam, all capable of changing the game. And there is a few Yeovil players going through an intense warm-up as well. So it does look as if Morgan is going to be coming on. Dylan Morgan is stripped and ready to go for Yeovil. So that's another substitution. Can't quite see who he's going to be coming on for yet, but Gateshead with the ball with Tiernan Brooks. Pumps the ball long, and it's going to be way too long.
I know exactly what he's doing there. He's looked for Tom Allen in behind the fullback, and the run just didn't quite come from.
There is another Yeovil player getting stripped, ready to go.
It's a big ask, isn't it, for Yeovil to travel all the way up here, to go all the way back, to have a game on Monday as well. I mean, it's not great from their point of view.
No, I mean, as football trips go, there isn't many longer in English football.
It's the longest in the league, isn't it?
Yeah, and vice versa. Gateshead played down there on a Friday night later in the season.
He's going to be offside, sure.
Williams plays the ball back to Wright. He's under pressure.
Good ball.
Ball over to
really good.
Thomas. Brings it down. He's under pressure though. Gateshead do enough to disrupt and get the ball back, and Thomas himself gets himself in front of a Gateshead player and gets it to a teammate.
Yeah, well played.
And Winnell showing good feet for a big man at the back there as the ball bounces through. Story Gets it to Booty. Booty pokes it through. Warman,
well
lovely stuff from Warman. Drives forward with the ball into the box. Puts it across towards Oseni. Maybe just a little bit too selfish there from Warman.
Unselfish.
Unselfish, sorry. Well, they're going to have the substitution made now, and it does look as if it is going to be number 19, Josh Sims, that's coming off. So Sims coming off, and it is going to be Sonny Low Everett coming on. Oh, we've actually different players are stripped to come on that was there before. Morgan isn't there. So Low Everett. Well, there's nothing on the board. No, so here we are. We're getting there now. So it is going to be Dylan Morgan coming on. Josh Sims has come off. So has Brett McGavin. And it is Greenslade that's coming off as well. So they're being replaced by Cooper, Morgan, and Low Everett. So 4 substitutions so far from the visitors. Gateshead yet to change it up. But they have a throw in here, level with the corner of the box on the right-hand side. Luke Hannant gives the ball to Richardson. Richardson plays the ball back. Sensible one that. There wasn't anything on higher up the pitch. Tina Brooks.
Just freshening up on the Yeovil. I think there'll be one big push over the last half hour to try and get themselves an equaliser.
As Brooks plays it back to Booty. Booty puts the ball over the top, and the Gateshead players were on side, but the ball just skims away.
Worked out really well, Gateshead there. It was very clever how they worked that. If the pass over the top was better, they were in.
Mark Beck going through a really good stretch down there next to the corner flag on our left. Expect to see him come on.
Interested to see Beck and Oseni together to see how that would work. Owen can play out wide, can't he?
Yeah. Well, we had to see Keane Adam come alive this season so far. He had a hampered pre-season, and obviously he finished last season like a steam train. And the ball's going to be headed out there. Whelan appreciates the ball there. Winnell did very well. But yeah, you had to see Keane Adam get to. He started like a steam train, didn't he? And carried that momentum on.
Got that goal against Barnet, didn't he?
Yeah, he's of course on his debut after joining from Welland United. It's Honstrop plays the ball back to Story. What's he doing? He thinks he's Brazilian as the ball nearly gets through to Owen Oseni. But Gateshead need to keep the pressure on here. And that's a poor ball, very poor ball. And out it goes for a throw to Gateshead halfway inside the Yeovil half on our right-hand side. As Whelan and Hannon combine, gets all the way back to Story now. Booty calmly plays it back to Brooks and Honstrop, who at the moment has proven a very good replacement for the injured Joe Grayson. Plays that role very well. As the ball in midfield is too easy as Booty is going to receive a yellow card here for standing like a brick wall in front of the Yeovil player there.
Gateshead's midfield was just pulled all over the place there, so I do wonder if maybe there could be someone brought on the middle. Maybe it would be a Colquitt, or do you move Whelan back into the a more deeper role and play a Beck or an Adam further forward?
Sweeney and Rob Elliott are in deep conversation at the moment.
Definitely something coming, isn't there?
Yeah. But Gateshead have a high line for this free kick here. There is some big men. The likes of Frank Noble have to be respected here as the ball comes towards the back there. Header won by Gateshead, but the loose ball picked up by Worthington. And Worthington now with the ball again.
That's great pressure,
And played all the way back to right. So Senny's going there to put the pressure on, and good kick from the goalkeeper. And Noble would have been offside there if he had got through with pressure from Yeovil. To move the ball well. keeping the ball going. With Story's touch was just a little bit heavy, and Noble comes out better with the ball. And now Yeovil in the box. Can he get the shot off? Oh, good block from Richardson. And Gateshead get that one out the way. And at the moment, Yeovil really pushing for it. And he's given a free.
Chest.
Well, he's given a free kick here, 25 yards out, if not a bit more, left-hand side of the D. And, well,
I thought that come off his chest.
we've had periods of the game that goes very scrappy, and that was just one of them again. 67 minutes gone, Gateshead 2, Yeovil 1. The early lunchtime kickoff here in the National League. Once again, thank you for joining us on National League TV. Apologies for the sound issue. It's looks like it's a transmitter problem from the mixer up to the camera. Apologies. But this is a dangerous situation for Gateshead to defend here.
Yeah, three-man wall.
As Charlie Cooper goes for the shot, hits it off Luke Hannant, falls back to a Yeovil player. Not a bad effort to get it on target, but didn't... well, Hannant to make as a space he has.
Tom Allen as well, far side.
Story. It's to Booty. Booty now sees Hannant. If he wants to do it now, he does it. Comes out to Hannant. Hannant gets a little bounce in front of him. Nicely done. Just pulls it back to Whelan.
Oh, touch.
Whelan takes it down to rolls it back to Butterfield. Butterfield, what's he going to do? Oh, he was expecting the run to continue from Luke Hannant. And now there's going to be a substitution. Mark Beck is stripped and ready to go here at the Gateshead sub-bench. Simon Johnson just hands the note to the fourth official. And who's going to come on? Whelan just receiving instruction there from Rob Elliott as the ball goes up towards Frank Noble. Booty wins the header and out it goes. Did look like a little push in the back there from Noble, but it's becoming a more and more physical contest, this one, as the game goes on. Yeovil trying to build with Williams, who pumps the ball up towards Noble. Noble wins the header and it just falls to Thomas. This is where it looks dangerous as the ball comes in. It's a decent one. It's too deep and there wasn't anyone at the back post, and
keep that in.
Can be kept in by Tom Allen. Tom Allen now.
I think it's going to be a Senny.
Does look like it, doesn't it? Unless you see maybe a change where Warman goes out and Allen comes off and you have a little rejig, but it does look like it's going to be like for like, doesn't it? At the moment, as Butterfield, well, the ball goes out for a Gateshead. No, it doesn't actually. It goes out for a Yeovil throw, and we're going to have and it is Owen Aseni. Come on, Mark Beck is going to come on. Aseni gets a nice round of applause from the home faithful here.
I think we may well be seeing Kane Adam soon.
Yeah.
As he's just gone out to warm up there, Rob Elliott sort of had a quick word with him, so I do wonder if maybe Adam for Allen possibly.
Well, it does look like the midfield options are the ones that are going to be the next on the change list, but Kane Adam is stripped and ready to go there. Oh, no, it isn't. Sorry, I thought Kane Adam's down there. Getting confused. But I wouldn't be shocked to see Newton come on for Allen on that right-hand side.
What's that for?
I didn't actually see what that was for. Apologies, everybody. 70 minutes gone. Gateshead 2, Yeovil 1. But Yeovil, just those substitutions seem to have had an effect.
Got a man over here. Someone isn't... Oh, there we go. Sorted out.
Very high defensive line for this one. Mark Beck on defensive duties there with the big... Tyrell Newton is getting his shirt on, ready to come on as the ball comes in. Noble couldn't win the header. He got sandwiched and fell on the ground.
Gateshead,
but Gateshead still sitting on the edge of the box. In it comes, and Story can clear it. And now Gateshead, can they move this ball quickly as Booty looks up, looking for a runner, tries to play it through to Butterfield, who holds it up well.
That's brilliant.
Inside to Warman. Warman gets it to Allen. And Allen just dispossessed there a little bit too easily. And now Yeovil can ping the ball over the top, looking for the runner, Frank Noble. Teenan Brooks is out quickly. Good goalkeeping. But I tell you what, Noble was going to be on his feet away from the defenders if he hadn't have done that.
I think we're going to see Kennedy on for Tom Allen.
I think Tommy Tyrrell Newton, he's stripped and ready to go now. So we'll see if that's the
Possibly
the
both
case.
wing-backs.
Yeah.
Could be, or maybe Callum Whelan. Newton play in the middle.
Well,
Touch.
Pearson lays it off. Ball comes in. There's nobody there. Deep over the top and out of play it goes. But the substitutions for Yeovils had the desired effect. It's give them a little bit of a second wind, and they're looking dangerous. Well, the Yeovil players that are sub, they've seen enough. They're going down the tunnel. But Newton and Adam are going to come on.
Are we doing this or no?
Not yet, no. I'm still waiting for who's coming on for who. Gateshead. Ball over the top from Honstrup. It's going to fall to Butterfield. Can he hold it up with Williams? Williams does well to marshal the ball through and lets it go out for a throw. Well, here we are. I'm going to see
Butterfield.
So Jacob Butterfield makes way. Gateshead scores first goal scorer, and the last and final substitution for the visitors as well is going to be made. But Butterfield comes off. It's going to be Cousin Dawson that comes on. For the visitors, but Newton.
Tom Allen's the other one.
Yeah, and Tom Allen leaves the pitch on the far side. So I think you might see Adam go out there. Yeah, it's like for like, isn't it? Adam out onto the left-hand side and Newton through the centre.
Cousin Dawson for Smith.
Well, I can't say I'm disappointed to see Smith leave the pitch. He's got a good cross on him. So
some substitutions to give you.
As the ball goes through to Louis Story, who gives it back to Tina Brooks. Brooks clears the ball up towards the centre circle. Winnell wins the header. Oh, and the ball's going to come through. Whelan. Can he send it away? Oh, lovely touch from Beck to get it back to Whelan.
Far side.
Hannington acres the space he is. And there, can he get the ball in? Beck's waiting there. Oh, well, Beck was brought down in the middle, but it's tussling. Handshake between Williams and Beck there. They're enjoying themselves. It's a physical one.
I think it could have been a little bit...
There was a little bit naughtiness in the build-up off the ball.
It's nothing. I just think it could have been a better ball in, maybe. Just taking his time.
Had to keep panicking for a second, though. Oh, well, that's a poor ball. And Warman picks it up in midfield, gets it out to Kane Adam on the left.
Drive on.
Plays it inside to Whelan. It's a poor ball, but he's going to get the ball back, Adam. Now, Newton gets it to Beck, gets it to Adam. Can he finish it? He's got the ball on his feet, gets a shot off. And it just drags it wide. The keeper was jumping through the air. There must have been a deflection because it's a corner. Well, whoever got a touch on that stopped the third goal.
Yeah, great effort from Ken Adam. I do think that you're right. Without the deflection, that's going in.
Well, it's been quickly taken. Whelan on the far side, gives it to Booty. Booty whips it in. There's some big men in there. Oh, it's up in the air in the 6-yard box. Noble heads it clear, and Gateshead can bring it down. But that's an awful touch from Gateshead there. And now Pearson on the attack gets the ball through, and well,
good from Honstrup. Very good from Honstrup.
Honstrup,
brilliantly.
Great cover and play, but Gateshead with the poor ball in the build-up to that. Honstrup.
Well done. Brilliant.
Oh, he's done very well, considering he's on the other side of the pitch from where he's playing. Cover and play, and then gets the ball further forward.
I do think Yeovil have a point here. I think they're trying to get Luke Hannon booked because he tried to trip.
Yeah, he
tried Pearson, didn't he?
He tried to take one for the team there, didn't he, to disrupt it.
Well, the referee hasn't noticed it. Well, has decided against it.
Yeah, you think the fourth official might have had a say in that? As Whelan gives the ball back to Hannant. Hannant inside there. It's going to fall. Oh, he did very well there, Cooper, and he got through. And he twisted and turned, and there's the free kick. That's Dylan Morgan, sorry.
He's asleep, surely.
I thought there's...
He's not going to book Louis, is he? It's going to be Louis Story here.
Quite possibly.
It looked to me like he slipped into it.
Well, Louis Story's back up onto his feet. A free kick in the centre circle. Yes, yellow carded Louis Story. Well, really angry about something before they're on about the Luke Hannon thing still, I think, the Yeovil players to the referee, because we're pointing over that direction of the pitch. There's the free kick. The referee wants him to take it further back. Well, Gateshead a very high defensive line here. They have to win the aerial battle or pick up the second ball. As Wright pumps it up towards the far side, and the ball stays in. Offside flag goes up.
Yeah,
free kick,
foul,
sorry,
push.
foul, yeah.
Silly, because he's got, they've got Yeovil have got Gateshead in the right position. They want them there in a bit of trouble right hand side.
We went from fast flow and attacking to edgy and this now. Just the game's lost its flow. And Mark Cooper's not happy. And as you say, he might have a point with that Luke Hannon tackle. Brooks takes the goal kick up towards Mark Beck. Mark Beck didn't quite get to it, but Gateshead pick up the loose ball. Beck has the ball now, gets it to Whelan. Whelan, left-hand side of the box, puts it in the centre. Oh, Beck was just about to latch onto that and cleared by Yeovil into touch.
They don't really have a long throw expert in the side now, do we? No Greg Olley or...
Yeah.
So Regan Booty's going to go, though.
Regan Booty's going to give one an effort. There's going to be another substitution here by Gateshead. I think it might be Colquitt.
Colquitt, yeah, for a debut.
Regan Booty now launches the ball in towards Beck. Beck wins the header. Kane Adam. Oh, well. Kane Adam was in his rights to go for it, but the player dipped down to head it, and it's always going to go with the defender, the high feet.
I was remember speaking to a referee, and he questioned who's the dangerous player there, because the player's going with his head.
Yeah.
But it is. It's not great.
As Hannon nods the ball, it's going to be picked up by... Oh, well, good. Hannon, has he got the ball? He has. He's got the ball back. Brooks. A long kick up towards Mark Beck. Winnell is there. He's going to let it bounce. He has. And Beck comes through. Oh, good communication from the defence there. Williams nodded it back.
Oh, it's Will McGowan.
Oh, Will McGowan's going to come on.
Going to have to guess at Callum Whelan.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that one. As Mark Beck tries to disrupt there, and ball comes out to Jordan Thomas on this left-hand side. Ball played forward, and Morgan gets onto it. Hannon is there with him. Leaves it back to Pearson, down at the dead ball line, pulls it back across, but straight into the chest of Brooks. Rolled out. Honstrop can bring it forward down Gateshead's left. He's got Kane Adam in front of him, but he's just going to slow it down. Booty gives it to Story. Sees the run of Mark Beck. Lovely nod down from Beck to Whelan. Whelan needs support, though. He sees Hannon on this right-hand side. Good. And now Hannon, can he put one of them crosses in? He can. Oh, and it went through. Offside flag had went up anyway. And it's offside. And, well, it was a dangerous ball in. Just, unfortunately, someone committed too early. And we are going to see Will McGowan coming on for Callum Whelan. 10 minutes remain here. Into the 81st minute. Callum Whelan gets a stand ovation from the Tyne-and-Wear stand, and Colquitt is going to warm up down there. Owen Aseni going through an intense warm down as well, looking after himself. But Callum Whelan having a word with Mike Williamson there.
What?
I know I say Mike Williamson. Old habits die hard. He hasn't been here in a year. Rob Elliott. Wow.
That substitution for Gateshead is number 10,
You did the audible of what happened in my head after I said it.
Because we're in sync.
That's a poor pass. Gateshead's defence on the far side, and now the ball comes in, headed clear. Gonna fall to a green shirt though, and
black Audi A4 registration J23HN.
Just sense a little bit of anxiety creeping in here from Gateshead,
just getting a little bit nervous. And apparently an Audi driver has parked badly outside the stadium as the ball comes in. Hasn't been cleared yet. No, now it needs to be cleared. Anywhere will do. And Gateshead just need to get the shape back, get a bit of composure, because you can hear the away fans are starting to sense something. As the ball goes up, brought down by Morgan. Morgan has got the overlap if he wants it. Well, he's got too close to him. He can't distribute it. Ball chipped into the box. Hannon nods it clear. McGowan gets his first touch and just pushed off the ball. Goes back to Winnell. Oh, and well, free kick given to Yeovil.
Probably think they're playing part of the coaching staff here.
Yeah, he's not happy with that. Well, another high defensive line. It's going to be the goalkeeper for Yeovil to take this free kick just near the halfway line.
To Gator, try and commit someone a little bit further forward here.
Ball out towards the back end there. Mark Beck wins the header. Is it going to go out or kept in? Adam clears it up the pitch, but it goes out of play, and Yeovil look to get this throw in taken quickly.
It's more up than out, wasn't it?
Yeah. And they've, well, I said before, they've got the big men to aim for in the box. Mark back on defensive duties, and there he goes over, wins the header, and Warman gives it to Adam, but there's nobody up there. Mark, you said there isn't an outlet.
It's not that though, it's wasteful because he's got Newton is on the far side. You could switch it.
Oh, and he's got past his man. Can he bring the ball in? Gateshead just...
Well done, Honstrup.
They were caught napping there. They thought that ball was going to go out. Corner on the far side. And there is a Yeovil player down at the moment, just on his honkers on the... Is he up? Is it Winnell? Didn't quite see what happened to him. Don't know if he's walking a little bit gingerly. We wait this corner to come in. I know the referee wants to have a word with a few players here. Want to have a word with Noble and Halland.
Come on, we're not here to watch you.
The pushing and shoving will commence. Is now headed clear by Warman. Going as far as the edge of the box, and Gateshead have cleared it. It was a foul on Louis Story as Hannon tries to be cheeky and take the ball.
I think we know exactly what he's doing there.
Yeah, he's just burning down the clock a little bit there, Mr. Hannon. Mark Cooper telling these players to keep up what they're doing. He's doing a great impression of the Angel of the North at the moment. He's just put his arms back down. 85 minutes gone on the clock. The score is Gateshead 2, Yeovil 1.
Someone needs to get close up Mark Beck if this is going to him, because...
Yeah, he needs someone on his shoulder, doesn't he? Just on the inside there, but it's going to go up to Mark Beck. Wins the header, but he puts it right across. And Pearson gets to the ball, but Gateshead can mop up, and Booty puts it out to that left-hand side, and Kane Adam will get there. He's under pressure. Was he fouled? No, just his control just left him a little bit.
The one thing I would say is, I know the fan supporters behind us are complaining, but Kane didn't. Kane Adam didn't complain there, so clearly.
No, I think it's more his own touch than anything else, wasn't it? As Gateshead win the ball back. Now Adam can try and thread the ball through to Newton.
That's really poor, you know.
Ball being thrown out to Thomas. Thomas gets it forward to Low Everton. Now they can build at the back here. As goes back to Winnell. I remind they have made all of their substitutions of the visitors. And that was nearly closed down. Winnell closed down
good.
again.
Really good press. Really good from Gateshead.
Ball goes out off Warman. Yeovil put the ball over the top. Richardson wins the header, but the second ball's being picked up in midfield. But great stuff from Warman, but Yeovil still bring the ball forward as Worthington gives it out to Noble. Noble puts it back into the middle, and the ball come off Gateshead player's head there. Hasn't been fully cleared. Shot off, head away again by Warman. And Gateshead just sitting a little bit deep, trying to soak this up a little bit.
It's too easy at the moment for Yeovil.
Yeah.
Far too easy.
Noble's hovering around the shoulder of
Okay, now let's go stop that
as
cross.
the ball comes in.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Well, it's been given for high feet, I think, much like the other one, but it was a lot lower.
It was a lot lower, I've got to be honest, I think. Must be got away with that one a little bit.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say is the referee, he's been consistent. He hasn't let the game get away from itself. It's we have mentioned him a couple of times, but he hasn't dictated the game by any means. It's Martin Woods as the referee, but have I spoke too soon? Ball over the top there, and has been kept in by Worthington. It hasn't. It's a Gateshead throw on a far side. We're going to see Jean Bellahoun as well about to come on as well, and I think it might be for Louis Story. Well, Cooper wants things to be moving a little bit faster. He thinks Gateshead are just slowing the game down somewhat, which they are. We can't hide from that as the ball is launched up towards Beck. There was a pull and push on the shirt there. Now, if that isn't a free kick, I don't know, but it goes out for another throw. Yes, Cousins Dawson there is showing he's got a bit of muscle. As McGowan gives it back to Handstrop. Handstrop, lovely stuff. Can he get this ball into the box? But tried to get it to Beck. Hooked clear by Cousins Dawson, brought down by Booty though.
Take him on.
Hannon. Sorry, it wasn't Hannon. Adam gives it, and it's going to be put in. Oh, nearly got through to. Well, he does get there. Oh, was that a foul? Referee says no, he won the ball, and now Yeovil on the attack. Low Everton just plays into the centre there, and Gateshead managed to interrupt and disrupt, but now they can get on the attack as Kane Adam gives it to Tyrell Newton, who just slows it down, maybe slowed it down too much, but the ball does get to Adam. And now, can he open up and drive against the defender? Gets it across to Newton. He's got the overlap. Ball comes in. No, that's a penalty. Surely, referee. And he's going to give it. He has.
It's embarrassing defending, by the way.
Well, how long did the referee do that? I mean, I just spoke about him doing well, but that was a dramatic pause.
I don't know why he took so long. It's so blatant.
Well,
you can see the pull.
It's a penalty to Gateshead, and Luke Hannant going to be the man to step up to take it. We won't mention the Carlisle game. And Handstrop is going to make way as well. He hasn't seen it yet for Jean Bellahoun. And Handstrop meanders over is the best way to describe it.
Done well, hasn't he?
The cameo we've seen from him last season looked a very impressive player. Was happy to see that he was linked back with Gateshead in pre-season. Of course, he was one of the trialists we couldn't mention. But I still think there's a lot more to come from Handstrop once he gets
6 minutes added on, I think.
Yeah, there's going to be 6 minutes added on. And Luke Hannon from the penalty spot can double Gateshead's lead. The referee blows his whistle now. Hannon versus Wright. Buries it into the back of the net, and Luke Hannon doubles Gateshead's lead here on the 91st minute. Gateshead 3, Yeovil 1. Well, there was never any doubt that it was a penalty. Mark Beck's shirt was being pulled by 4 or 5 yards. It was stretching that far. But there we are.
I'm intrigued to see what Mark Cooper's complaining about. He can't surely think it wasn't a penalty. He might as well have took his shirt off.
I don't know if the referee was thinking he could play any advantage with how delayed it was. No.
Additional 6 minutes.
Well, 6 minutes added on here at the moment.
Additional time currently being played, and your attendance this afternoon is 1,096, including 157 Yeovil supporters. Well done,
Magnificent. 157 Yeovil supporters have made the long trip up. They've come by train, plane, and automobile, and the Tyne Wear stand gives them a stand ovation for their efforts.
Number 3, Brandon Houndstrup.
Brandon Houndstrup gets man of the match, and I can't argue with that one, Mark. He's given a solid performance from the minute he started to the time he came off.
Yeah, he's done well, hasn't he? Like, it's not easy, hasn't it? A lot of football in the last year or so. So to come in and make the impact he's made at both ends has been a real plus point for Rob Elliott. He's going to be a big player for Gateshead. You know, obviously Joe Grayson's going to be out for a few months yet, I would imagine. Although we're still waiting on confirmation of that. But there are defenders in the squad who can come in there. You know, the likes of Bellahoon, who's obviously just signed as well. So some options. And
it was a man mountain as well.
Yeah,
he's
unit,
quite the
speaking of man mountains.
Yeah, as the ball comes out to Kane Adam on the far side. Ball back to Bellahoon. Story. Dare I say, we're still missing Robbie Tinkler from this starting lineup as well. So the strength and depth really is quite exciting for Gateshead at the moment. Of course, if this is to stay 3-1, Gateshead will go back top of the league momentarily until the afternoon's fixtures have happened. But 10 points from the first 3 games is none too shabby, Mark.
Well, let's get this one finished first.
Before we
talk about that, Dave.
I've had no notification that those vehicle obstructions have been taken away. That's your black Audi A4 and your silver Astra in the bay outside.
I hope it's one of the players.
That would be funny. But a ball up towards the far side there. Gateshead win the header, but the loose ball picked up by Yeovil. Gateshead trying to close down. Mark Beck on the defensive duties. Well done. And it can clear it. But there isn't anybody further forward for Gateshead. And does he keep it in? Cousins Dawson, he does. Plays it back to the keeper right.
It's just Cousin, by the way.
Is it just Cousin? Is it not Cousin Dawson, just Cousin?
No, it's Cousin Dawson.
Did I say Cousins Dawson? Yeah. Oh, apologies to the apologies to the Cousin and Dawson members of that family. There's Richardson gives it to Booty. Well, there's still a few players for Yeovil trying to close down, but it feels like the heads are dropping as McGowan nods it down to Newton.
Good.
Now Gateshead on the attack through Booty. Gives it to Hannant. Hannant looks up. There's targets in the box. Booty's in space to cross it if he wants to. Now he has the ball. Lovely ball. McGowan sneaks inside. Can he pull it back across? He does. And Bellahoon lifts it over. I think the defender did enough to put him off there, but Gateshead, you can see the heads have dropped for Yeovil there. It was a little bit easy to get in and amongst it.
It's a great little ball into Will McGowan, by the way. Was it Regan Booty playing that ball in behind? Sumptuous pass.
Yeah. And someone's just pulling us up saying 10 points in 3 games is amazing as it's impossible. I meant to say from the first 4 games, of course.
No, it's all right. Don't feel the need to apologize.
No,
I mean, he didn't apologize, but
I'm not apologizing. I'm just feeling the pressure. As Noble wins the header up in the air from Richardson. Hannant wins the header. Richardson will be able to clear this one up the pitch and turn. And absolutely wrestled down. The referee is going. Oh my word! Look. Even Mark Cooper falls to the ground in disbelief. He's seen Mark Beck wrestle to the ground and the free kick go his way. Unbelievable.
That's that's utterly bizarre. Utterly bizarre.
When the opposition manager falls down in disbelief, that tells you something. But the ball goes towards there. Noble goes down.
He's got a point. That's a foul there. He's been fouled.
There was some hands pulling on shirts there. And,
Not the finest couple of minutes.
Well, I told you I spoke too early about the referee. It's the commentator's curse, but wow. Just like to take this moment before the full-time whistle goes to say thank you to everyone that has tuned in, whether you're on National League TV or on the Heed Army podcast audio stream on YouTube. We do appreciate it. Apologies for the audio problems on National League TV. It seems to be equipment issues, so we'll apologise about that. But at the moment, Gateshead seeing this game out and a ball over the top for Kane Adam to run onto. He's got down to the dead ball line. Can he get past his man? It goes out for a corner. Wow. Gateshead 3-1 to the good with 30 seconds remaining of the added on time here. As Regan Booty looks to take this corner. Gateshead have committed men forward for this. As the ball comes in, up towards Mark Beck, whose Story nods it up in the air. Beck trying for an overhead kick. It's been cleared, and now Yeovil go long looking for Mark Noble. And there is the full-time whistle. Gateshead run out 3-1 winners here at Gateshead International Stadium in the early kickoff and go back to the top of the league. A big thank you to Mark Rovers, who has to dash off. He's pulling double duty today, covering another game in the Northeast. Once again, thank you to everyone that has tuned in on both platforms. Well done to the travelling Yeovil fans. You've done your team absolutely proud here today with a great display and noise. But Gateshead run out 3-1 winners in the National League and return to top of the league for the meantime until fixtures are completed this afternoon at the regular time of kickoff. But once again, thank you everybody. Gateshead 3, Yeovil 1.
That game is followed by return to the Gateshead International Stadium for us to play Eastleigh FC in the league.